Hey everybody, as you can tell from the countdown clock right here, we're about to get started. If you've been here before, then you can just come back when the countdown clock hits 0. But if this is your very first lesson, then I got a couple things I want to talk to you about. All right, so if you weren't here last week, don't worry, you didn't need to be. We're doing a brand new song this week, and if you haven't played piano before, don't worry, we're doing 5 different levels. You can definitely do level 1. You are gonna need to click on the PDF button right over there though, download the PDF and print it out, because that's all the music for all the different levels. Now, as you'll see in your PDF, in the upper right-hand corner, it tells you what level that page is for. So on level 1, you're gonna wanna have that level 1 page, and then 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, you can just ignore those. Just stay on level 1 for the entire lesson. You will want to find the chart though that has all of the notes listed out with all the letters on it, because that's what you're going to use in order to play your piano along with me when I'm playing. So if we're playing Mary Had a Little Lamb, the track would go something like this. And as I'm playing it, I'll show you where all the notes are and where all the letters are. Don't worry about that. But then you're going to play along with me when I'm playing the track. Now, after we've done level 1, I'll show you everything you need so you can practice the song throughout the week. Then we're going to level up, and that looks like this. And now you can see we're on level 2, right? So at level 2, then it's going to get a little bit more difficult, but each time the track plays, I want you to just play the track that you're on. So if you're on track 1, if you're on level 1, then each time, you know, we're doing our thing, we're going. Each time we start that, I want you to completely ignore the notes that we're playing, and you just play your level. So you would play. Because that's going to work with, the track's going to work with your level every time we play it, no matter what level we're on. So we move on to level 2, 3, 4, 5. You just stay on the one that you're comfortable with. All right, so all of these lessons are completely interactive. That means we want to hear from you right now. So go ahead and click on the chat button right over there. Put in your name. You don't have to put in a password. And then you'll be talking with all the other students who are logged in right now, as well as some of my assistants who can help you and answer some of your questions. If you've got a question, though, that you don't think they're going to know the answer to, and you want to ask me personally, then type your question in the box below this video, and then you'll get your answer to your question directly from me. Now at the end of level 5, we're going to raffle off some prizes. These prizes change up every single week. If you're the winner of the prize, you need to let us know right away what prize it is that you want so we can send that out to you. You can tell my moderator, you can let us know at mailbag@learnpianolive.com, email us there. You can fill out the contact form and let us know, but just tell us what prize you want so we can get that out to you. If you're not the prize winner, or if you want to know how you can earn more points so you can be the prize winner, then just stay tuned after the lesson and I'll let you know. All right, you've been very patient. That's all I gotta say. It's time for the lesson. I hope you've got your PDF. You're ready to ask some questions. I'm ready to answer them. Let's go. Hello and welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin and this is Ethan. Ethan's been playing piano for quite a number of years now. 4, 3, 2, 5, 17. So one of those numbers is probably the answer. He's really good and he's actually performing this Saturday. The song you're performing is
Turkish March.
Turkish March. There we go. So he's going to be playing that one. So he's going to be learning this song with you for the first time. Have you ever played You've Got a Friend in Me before?
No.
No. Okay, so he's going to be learning it for the first time, but he's going to learn it especially fast because he's a really quick learner. But anyway, he'll be learning it with you. We'll check in with him on level 3 and 5. And Lizzie Tan is our moderator today. How's it going, Lizzie?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Good. Fantastic. Are you playing Pokemon Go?
Yes.
Yes, and we just played Pokemon X and Y like 2 weeks ago or something while you were on vacation. Sorry. And you were gone to where? Where else did you go?
Florida.
Florida. And so you saw Mickey and Harry Potter, and yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you would like to see Lizzie's more talkative side, jump into the chat room and she'll talk with you there. And as always, we have Clapple, our ever impatient penguin who just wants us to hurry up and move along with things. Before we get into level 1, let me show you the hardest part of the song. And I'll show you too. You can try playing this. We're going to need to aim at a C for this first part. So in order to do that, you're going to take any group of 2 black notes and then find the note right below that, like that one right there. There you go. So that's the C. That's the note that you want to go to eventually. But first, you're going to start on the left side of C. So play the note on the left side of C. And then go past C. So go C, and then the next note over there, and then back to C. Yes, you're going to start just to the left of C. That's actually, yes. Then you're going to skip over 2 notes, like you're a motorcycle rider. Whoa, jumping over those 2 notes, and land on that one. Then you're going to make a smaller jump over 1 note, and then that same size jump over the next note, right there. So all together, you've got this thing right here. Jump over 2 notes, jump over 1 note, jump over 1 note. That's You Just Remember What You're. That's the hardest part of the song. Actually, you're going to come back up to that same exact note is the next note. So, you just remember what you're old. You just remember. Jump over 2. Remember what you're old. That's it. So that'll take some work for you and for you and for me. Honestly, I had to work on that section too. So anyway, that's all, the only hints I'm going to give you. You off. Go practice. You.
And beyond.
All right, so let's try this thing. Clapple is already impatient, I'm sure, here. And there we go. There's our screen. So the first part is not that thing that I just showed you. The first part starts on an E. So in order to find an E, you're going to take that same group of 2 black notes. Not that. That's a group of 3. That would not work. Group of 2 black notes like that. And you're going to take that top one and drag it up. The opposite of what you did to find the C. In order to find the C, you took a group of 2 black notes, took the bottom note, and dragged it down. On this one, we're going to take the group of 2 black notes and drag that top note up. And so that's going to be the first note that you have, and it's going to go from there, skip up to that note right there. That's a G. So we're going to go E and then G. And then you do this exact same thing, only miss the G this time, go too far. So we're going to go that thing right there, and then we're going to go same thing, but go too far to that note up there. So we're going to go that, and then just play those same first 2 notes, but in the opposite order, G, E. And you'll have this entire thing right here. You've got a friend in me. The next one is going to use that C that we were talking about before. So you get a group of 2 black notes, take the bottom note, and then use these 2 notes right here. Not the note that's right next to C, but the next one over is an A. If you just play that back and forth 3 times, 1, 2, 3, that is this thing right here. And then at the end of that, you just have to play the note that's right next to A, which is going to be a G. That might be enough for you to work on for an entire week. Let's try just that one section with the track. Again, it's going to go, you've got a friend in me. And then jump all the way up to here and get these 2. You've got a friend in me. You don't have to get all of them. Try to at least get that first note, that E. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. You've got a friend in me. And then jump up to here and go. You've got a friend in me. All right, so that is the end of the simple parts, and here's where things start to get crazy. So we're going to go, when the road. So kind of the same thing we did before. You're going to actually be aiming for that G right there. Go to the right side of it, jump over it to the left side, and land on it right there. So that's that thing. And then if I were you, I would just keep like your left hand on this C down here, because you're going to need it a lot, and it jumps to it quickly. So you're going to play, when the road looks. And then you're going to go all the way up. You can see that's a really big, tall line right there going all the way up to that B. You're going to go up to that right there, rough ahead, and your miles, and miles. Here's that left hand note again right there on those 2 C's from your, and then nice warm bed is just 3 E's, so that part is kind of simple. Nice warm bed, that's the same note that you started on. If you do this all correctly, going with ups and the downs all in the right order, then you should end on those 3 E's. And then here's that part that I showed you and Ethan a second ago. You just remem, jump over 2, jump over 1, jump over 1, and go straight back to that note that you started on right there. And that would take you from that to that. You just remember what your old, and it's really super fast. You just remember what your old pal. Then said, oh, you've is back to that C and that A that we were using before. And then your last notes, got a friend in me. It's going to be those 4 notes right there. A, G, E, C, C. This will take some practice. This is it's a really simple song to sing, but to play it, it jumps around a whole lot more than most of the other ones that we play. In fact, Pablo says we need to play this for our last time through. You might notice on the very first page where we do all the ratings and stuff, this one has a syncopation. That's the rhythm rating of 12, which is extremely high. So this one is a pretty difficult one to play because it jumps all over the place and the rhythms are just really tough. By the way, we added this one in this week. This shows you where your first note is going to be on the song. So if you already found your first note, you don't need that page right there, but that's what that is. It's kind of new. Let's try this thing with the track. I'm going to play through the entire thing. You just play the sections that you know so far, and you've got all week to practice this. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. You've got a friend in me. Back into this A and the C up here. You've got a friend in me. We're going to circle around that G. We're going to go when the road left hand, rough ahead, and you're miles in. Back to that left hand from your nice warm bed. Here's that tricky part. You just remember what your old pal said. Oh, you got a friend in me. Okay, so if I were you, I would practice this last section, the you've got a friend in me. That one right there, because that's going to be the most satisfying to know the end part, and also practice this beginning part. If you can get those first 2 sections, I think the middle part will come together easier as opposed to just going straight through the song. Try that very last phrase and the beginning first line. I think that'll help. Anyway, several of you have requested the how it should have ended for like every single week on every song that we do, but this one was especially good. If you've seen Toy Story 3, enjoy this.
Let's round him up, cowpoke.
They're getting away! Come on, Bullseye!
Here we go!
Yeah, Woody!
These toys are amazing! Giddy up, Slinky Dog! I'm over here, Mr. Potato Head! I sure love these toys! I don't think I've ever been more happy than I am with these toys!
Yeah.
Only an idiot would give great toys like these away!
Okay, I changed my mind. I love these toys. You can't have them. I'm taking them all back. See ya! I can't believe I almost gave you guys away! We're gonna go to college. It's gonna be great! You guys are the best!
And we've been alive this whole time! We just wrecked your car.
Let's level up.
Transitioning to Level 2. This may be confusing to Level 1 students, so please continue to practice the Level 1 version, or visit learnpianolive.com/level2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
All right, so at the beginning of level 2, if you take a look at your PDF, you will notice that I gave you a fingering, a hand position for this one. What I'm recommending is that you put your pinky of your right hand on the highest note that you're going to have. That's going to be that D, and that you just line up the rest of your fingers like this. I'm not going to play that way just so that you can see the notes that I'm playing as I play them, but I'd recommend you try playing all of those notes like that if you are attempting level 2. And let's jump into this thing. It's the same as level 1. We're just putting all these notes on the lines and spaces of sheet music, or the treble clef in this case, which is usually like right-hand notes if you were doing a two-handed part. Thing starts out on an E, and you can notice that I've written the letter names in there for you. So the first one says in E, and things we need to point out are mostly from Clapple Academy level 2. For example, this right here is an 8th rest, and so on that one you're just going to take a really short break. That's why if you listen, you've got a friend in me, 2, 3, 4, break. You've got a friend in me. We just kind of wait a little bit longer on that one. Let's try that thing with the tracking. I think you'll see what I'm talking about with that. So it goes, you've got a friend in me, and then it does not do this. You've got a friend, but instead it does this. If we go back and we'll try this again. 2, 3, 4. You've got a friend in me, and then we would have that rest. You've got a friend in me. So anyway, that's what those 8th rests are going to do, and that's what actually makes up the syncopation rating of 12, is because we've got the same thing happening right there. So we have rest when the road, I should be playing that up here, rest when the road looks. And then with same thing right here. Rest, rough ahead and your miles. Same thing right there and right there. Just a bunch of 8th rests. And then these guys right here are ties. So anytime you have that big swoopy line, you do not play the second note. You just play the first one and hold it out. But if you're on the Clapple Academy level 2 or 3, then you're already dealing with that. So you wouldn't play that note right there because you've got that big swoopy line there. Anyway, I think that's all you need in order to be able to do this. That and that chart up there, and lots of patience to practice this thing a million times. Like we're going to do right now. Level 1, you can play your version right along with us. Let's try this thing. Ready, and got a friend in me. All the way up to that A and that C, and rest. You've got a friend in me. And then we're going to circle around that G. When the road looks rough ahead, and your miles and miles from your nice warm bed. You just remember what your old pal said. Oh, you've got a friend in me. Yeah, and this is one of those places. Usually I tell you, oh, the size of your hand doesn't matter. If you've got small hands, it doesn't make a difference in the song. In this one, it actually does. That thing, you just remember what your old, that thing right there, being able to do that with those 2 fingers is really super helpful, which is why if you can't do that, I'd recommend using that hand position that we talked about a minute ago, or just hanging out there with that one note. You just remember what your, you just remember what your old pal said. Having that C taken care of down there in the left hand really helps out. Let's try this thing again. 2, ready, and you've got a friend in me. And then up to the A and the C. You've got a friend in me. And then when the road looks rough ahead, and your miles and miles from your nice warm bed. Here comes that part, and go. You just remember what your old pal said. Oh, you got a friend in me. All right, so this is going to take a considerable amount of practice, but fortunately we've been able to run through it a few times here with Papa again. Like I figured he would as soon as I mentioned his name. All right, we're hurrying up. This will be our last time through for level 2. If you're on level 1, of course, just do the notes that you can do. 1, 2, ready, and you've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. Then when the road looks all the way up to that B, rough ahead, and your miles and miles from your nice warm bed. Here comes the crazy part. Go. You just remember what your old pal said. Oh, you got a friend in me. There you go. That is all of the notes in level 2, it's time for mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson, or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
This week it's from Alex D. Can I be an in-studio student if I don't live in the USA? Absolutely you can. We have not successfully done that yet. Each time that we've tried it, we've had problems. What we do is we Skype with each other. So if you have Skype, then you absolutely can. Hang on. Or even if you're in the United States but you're just not in Sacramento, then you can definitely Skype with us and be the in-studio student. But anyway, let us know, and if at the last minute it might not work out depending on how the technical aspect of it goes. That's what we've had in the past. But anyway, yes, let's level up.
Transitioning to level 3. This may be confusing to level 1 and 2 students. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level 3 to understand how this level works.
All right, let's go. This is level 3 where we're adding in some left hand, and then we're going to check in with Ethan. All of the letters are written in for you. I don't think there's anything in here that's too terribly confusing for a level 3 student. This is in the bass clef, so there's going to be all the left-hand stuff, like I said. That right there is the bass clef sign, and that matches up with these down here. So those are the notes that we're adding in. All the treble clef stuff is all going to stay exactly the same. So you're just going to have to do all that in the right hand now, and then you're going to use your left hand for all of these new notes. We've got a C right here. That's going to be lined up with the you've. So that's the way we start off the song is down here, we're going to play you. Just like that. You've got a friend in me, and you would actually hold that note all the way out to there. And then the next one is going to be an F, and this F, it looks like it's lined up with you've, but it's not actually. It's lined up with that rest right there. So you're actually going to play the F slightly before you've got a friend in me. And same thing here, me happens right there. Left hand doesn't happen until right there. So if you want to, you can line those up if it's too difficult to go, you've got a friend in me, then the left hand. You could line them up and go, you've got a friend in me, and play them both together on me. But if possible, do that one first and then go down to the left hand. And then after that, it's just F, C, E, A. So usually you would go one finger per note down here in the left hand. In this case, you want to just take that thumb and slide it out one note so you can cover all of those notes, F to C to E to A, because you're going to do the exact same thing almost two more times? Two more times, yes. F, C, E, A. F, C, E, A. So 3 times you're going to play F, C, E, A. F, C, E, A. F, C, E, A, and we finish the song off with a D to a G to a C. Just like that. And if you're in Clopple Academy level 5 or 6, then you're doing 2-5-1s in the jazz section, and the end of this is a 2-5-1. So anyway, let's try this thing all together. We're going to do the right hand and the left hand. On your mark, get set. Ready, and you've got a friend in me. And then here comes that F right there. You've got a friend in me. Sorry, I'll put that back over here. And then F. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed. Here's the crazy part. Just remember what your old pal said. Oh, you got a friend in me. There you go. So that whole time when you're going, you just remember what your old pal said, you'll need to go through there and make sure that you line up the notes appropriately. This is an F with that rest right there. This C comes in on mem. So you just remember what you're, and then we got old. That's going to be one of the easier ones in this section. Old pal said is that note right there. Then you're going to play that note. Then you're going to play that one. So it's going to go said, oh. Right hand, left hand, right hand. old pal said, oh, you. That's why the syncopation rating is so high on this one. That's why it's so tough to play this one together. Okay. I felt like that was important, Clavel. I needed to throw that in. And then this is just lined up with friend, and then this one again comes in right after me like we had on that other line up at the top. Anyway, let's run through this thing one more time. If you're on level 1 or 2, just play your version along with us. And got a friend in me. Clavel's really eager to get this thing over. And you've got a friend in me. And then ask when the road looks rough ahead, and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed. Ask you just remember what your old pal said. Oh, you got a friend in me. I made it. All right, cool. So let's see how Ethan is doing. Come on over, my friend. All right, so in there, you are working on, I think I only gave you level 2 and 3 to look at in there. So which one would you like to look at in here while you play?
2.
Level 2. All right, so then, here's level 2. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Which parts do you feel least confident about? What are the toughest parts of the song?
This part.
The second line, when the road looks rough ahead, and you're, miles and miles from your nice warm bed. What about you just remember?
That part's fine.
Oh.
But this part too is also the hardest.
You got a friend in me. Yeah. Okay, cool. So anyway, let's try this thing with the track. Get all the notes that you can. I'll jump in if you want. You just look over at me and nod or nudge me or whatever, and I'll jump in and play some other notes. Okay, here we go. Mark, get set, and 2, ready, go. Fantastic. Very nice. Yeah, The road looks rough ahead, and you're miles from that. Here's the crazy part. It starts on B. Oh, you. And it ends on a C. Yeah. Good job. High five. Yeah. Nice. Yes. Okay, cool. So you got the beginning part, you got the tough part, you got the end part. That's great. We just have some other notes to fill in the middle. That's fantastic. This is one of the toughest songs we've done. So it's time for you to tell them, let's level up.
Let's level up.
Hey, that was very
Transitioning
friendly.
to level 4. This may be unsettling to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level4 for an in-depth explanation on how to conquer this level.
That was the nicest anyone's ever been to you in this studio. Let's level up, only if you feel like it. So then this is level 4. This is where I've just gone crazy. This is for all the people who complain that level 3 is too easy. We just make this crazy hard and throw in a whole bunch of notes as well as the chords. So anyway, let's start off with the chords, actually, because a lot of left hand is taken straight out of the chords. So the way you are going to use this is that thing right there is a C, meaning a C chord, and you can use any notes from a C chord all the way up until that next letter, which is an F. So if we want to know the notes for a C chord, we just go to the next page over, and the C chord is all of these notes, C's and E's and G's. So that means we're allowed to throw in any C's and E's and G's that we want during that entire section. You've got a friend in me. We could throw in this C right here. You've got a friend in me. Or we could throw in this G as well here. You've got a friend. All sounds great. We throw in this E down here. You've got a friend in me. Yeah, so all of those sound great. And you can do that with both hands. Left hand could play notes from the C chord as well. In fact, this left hand part right here is just the C chord. That's the C. The next one is E and G. So that's your C, and that's your E and G. So we're just playing basically the chords. The one place we don't have chord notes is right there. We've got a B flat in there, which sounds really cool once you go to play it. You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. So anyway, we've got a bunch of left hand weirdness in here. We've got that one right there. You've got a friend in We're back to an F chord right here. And so we can play the F chord stuff right there. This is a C. Actually, if you're in Clapple Academy level 6, I believe it is, you're doing slash chords. So this is actually a C over E, but that's a really confusing concept, so we didn't throw it in there. But with road looks rough ahead, and if you're doing A, B voicings, you can use an E7 there. That's from Clapple Academy 7, I believe. Rough ahead. And your miles. So anyway, the left hand is all the same as what we had on level 3, but just way more of it. And then the right hand has stayed exactly the same, but I gave you those chord symbols at the top so you can add in your own difficult notes and make up your own version of this. That stuff is just the exact same stuff that's written there, but with those extra notes from the chords written in or played in. But anyway, let's try to play what's written here. Oh, also, because I always forget before Clapple interrupts me, after this is this same exact thing in the key of E flat, which is the suggested key. That's the key that the movie plays it in. Randy Newman, the guy who wrote the song, plays it in the key of E flat. So anyway, if you play that right there. Anyway, all that stuff is in level 4B. We're not even going to touch that today, though. We've got enough troubles just trying to get all of these notes in. I'm going to try to play just the left hand that's written here so you can see that and maybe go back to the archives later this week and watch that and try to play along. If you're on level 1 through 3, ignore everything that I've just said and play your version along with us. Here we go. 2, ready, and go. So anyway, that's how the left hand would look, and let's try this thing with... Okay, fine. This will be our last time through. I'm going to try to put the right hand in there with all the left hand that I just showed you. If you're on level 1 through 3, then play your version along with us. Here we go. So that's the way you would play that, with the exception of that last G chord that I messed up. Anyway, let's move up to level 5. What do you say? Here we go.
Transitioning to level 5. This may be terrifying to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level5 for training on how to survive this level.
All right, so this is our last level before we check back in with Ethan again and see if he's had any time to add in some extra notes in the couple minutes that we've given him to work on the song. This is just where we take all of those same exact notes and we turn it all into numbers so we can play this thing in any key that we want. So, for example, in the key of C is what the name is for all the stuff we've been playing. That just means that the letter C is number 1 and that we don't have any black notes in the key of C. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 notes before we get back to that C again, that number 1. So that is the key of C. And then if we play these numbers here that are written, the top part would be the right hand and the bottom part would be the left hand. And so we would just play 3, 5, 3, 6, 5, 3. And the left hand could play the 1 down here for that whole entire section. and then switch to the 4. During the 1, you can either play just the 1 or the entire 1 chord, which is that note, whatever the number is, and then skip a note, and you come up with the chord of that number. So that's the 1 chord. The 4 chord that starts right here would just be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you'd play every other note starting on that one. Right there, that's the 4 chord, and you can do anything with that. Any of that stuff totally works on the 4 chord. So it's just like on level 4 where we had the C chord or the F chord. These are the exact same things, just with the numbers instead of the letters. So let's try. I'm going to try to say these numbers out loud as I go. And then if you're on level 1 through 4, play your version along with us. But I'm going to see if I can get all these numbers in the right-hand part together. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. 3, 5, 3, 6, 5, 3. And then up to the 6 and the 1. 6, 1, 6, 1, 6, 5. The next one is 6, 4, 5, 1. 7, 7, 1, 6, 5, 1. 6, 5, 1, 1, 3, 3, 3. Oh goodness, here we go. 7, 1, 2, 1, 5, 3, 1, 7, 7, 1. I made it. 6, 1, 6, 5, 3, 1, 1. All right, let me tell you about 2 chords here before the impatient Clapple jumps in and tells me that I can't play anymore. This thing right here, that's a major 3. It's a 3M, and this thing right here is a 2M, a major 2. If you've been here before on very many songs, you've already seen these before on level 5. That's where a 3 chord would be go to the number 3, 1, 2, 3, and then play every other note like that. But on this big M right here means you're supposed to take that middle note and raise it by a half step. Like that right there. So that's a 3M or a major 3. And then the 2M, the major 2 chord, is just 1, 2. Every other note, that'd be a regular 2 chord. And then the major 2 chord, you're going to take that middle note and you're going to raise it by a half step. That's a major 2 chord. So whatever key you're in, that's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to take your 2 chord and then raise the middle note, take your 3 chord and raise the middle note. And let me also show you this. This right here is the graph for the key of E flat, which looks entirely different than the key that we're playing in. The key of C, like I said before, has C as number 1, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. In the key of E flat, like we discussed shortly on level 4B, this note right here, E flat, is number 1, and so then our numbers would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Now, if you play the exact same numbers using that key right there, then you would play something like 3, 5, 3, 6, 5, 3, 6, 1, 6, 1, 6, 5, 6, 4, 5, 1, 7, 7, 1, and now you're actually playing in the same key as they would play in the movie. But anyway, we're not going to do that so that levels 1 through 4 can play along with us, and let's try this thing out. Clapple, listen, he just, yeah, all right, here we go. 2, 3, 4. 3, 6, 5, 3, and 4 chord. 6, 1, 6, 1, 6, 5. Back to the 1 chord, and then 6, 4, 5, 1, 7, 1, 6, 5, 1. Ah, why is this so difficult? 1, 1, 3, 3, 3, 7, 1, 2, 1, 5, 3, 1, 7, 7, 1, 6. I don't know what. 1, 1. What in the world? I was trying to think about I want to call it the chord numbers too. Didn't work out. Oh well, never does. Ethan, come on over, sir.
Okay.
He's busy playing a game on his phone. All right. Well, sir, what's the game that you're into these days?
It's not Pokemon Go.
It's not Pokemon Go. It's something else.
Don't judge me. I just don't like Pokemon.
Oh, he does not want to announce to the world what he's playing. Okay. All right. Well, do announce to the world how much you know of this song. How's it going in there? Did we get a couple of the middle notes in?
60%.
60%, he says. All right. You know what? If you can get 60% by the end of the lesson, that's huge. Here we go. Here's level 2. Yeah. On your mark. Get set. Here we go. Ready, go. Good start. head and your mind. 3 E's and E, E, E. Here it is. Here's the tough part. Just remember what you got a friend. And on a C. C. Yes, nice. Stop. High five. No, that was great. That was great. Okay, cool. So you even got the B at the end of that one. It was, just remember what you're old. That's tough. That's tough. Yeah. Okay, cool. So like, if I would have given you like 20 or 30 more minutes of practice, you'd have had this thing down. But we don't have 20 or 30 more minutes. What we have is a raffle. Here we go.
I think I spent like half the time.
Right, way to go. 3-1 your chat winner this week. And next week we're going to be doing a song called Kumbaya. You may have heard of it before. Anyway, don't forget to do the music challenge each day and send us your videos to pick up more points. And then stick around afterwards and I'll tell you how to pick up more points and fill out the survey at the end of the lesson to let us know how we did and what songs we want to do in the future. Good luck. Hey, you're still here. Me too. Well, here's what needs to happen next. First of all, click on the survey button. That is probably like right over here. Maybe if you're on the iPad, it's like down here below the video. Anyway, it's right around there. Click on that. Let us know how we did today. And also ask us any questions you might have about this lesson or about any other lesson. You might even be the mailbag winner if you include your name in that. And then after that, you're going to go to the music challenge, which is a button probably right up here, up above the video. And so click on the music challenge. You can come back every single day and fill out the code thing and get your points for doing that. So you got your music challenge thing to do after you do the survey. And then after you've practiced the song up, then go to the one up here that says, right over here probably, student videos. And then take a video of yourself on your phone or your iPad or whatever, and then send us your video. And maybe it could even be the featured video and you get points for doing that. And then if you have any questions, click the contact button that's also up there somewhere. Anyway, I don't know. But click on that. Let us know if you have any questions. And we'll see you back here next week. All right. Thanks for joining us. It was a lot of fun. See ya.